Hey there everyone, happy Monday. Dr. Mike here from Anderson Family Chiropractic. Hope you're having a great day. So today's live class is chiropractic for kids. So we're going to talk about why kids might go to a chiropractor, why parents might take their kids to a chiropractor, why they would need it, and all these types of things. So just like with all the other videos I do, if you have any questions while you're watching this, post them in the comments below. Reach out to me private message if you feel better that way. If you're watching it afterwards, same thing. Question in the comments or private message me with any questions you have, and I'll help you out however I can. So why would kids need to go see a chiropractor? So I want you to think about what kids go through, what a baby goes through when it's born, okay? So we're not going to get too graphic here. Don't worry about that. In fact, I'm not going to show any pictures or anything. I have pictures about what goes on, but we're not going to show that today, okay? So I just want you to think about the process of being born, how much stress is placed particularly on that baby's head, neck, and shoulder area, okay? So a lot of stress is placed on it. And then what happens a lot of times is that the doctor who's delivering or midwife, whoever it is, a lot of times they might even put some added stress on it by pulling on that head and neck area. And in fact, I've seen studies where it shows like how many pounds of force they actually put on. So I want you to think about this. If you were to have a newborn baby and you were to pick it up just by its head, or if somebody were to pick it up, your newborn baby up by just its head, what would you do? Now, you wouldn't be very happy about it, right? Because we know that's not a good thing. Why do we know it's not a good thing? Because it can cause a lot of issues in the head, upper neck area, right? And then that can cause a lot of things to go on. So, but this is what happens during delivery. Not that saying that the doctors are intentionally trying to do this. This is just something that happens. And even if there's no pulling at all, just going through that birth process, like I said, causes a lot of stress on there. So what happens? It causes this right up here, specifically, or typically, the upper neck. And we talked about this, that's why I said, the upper neck head region, okay? So you have there's a couple bones here. There's actually 7 bones in the neck, but the 2 that are most commonly impacted with the birth process are the first 2 here and then the skull. So mostly it's the first 2. And then what happens is, there's a lot of information coming down right through this way, okay? Or through the spinal cord right here, because that's where your spinal cord is thickest, and actually part of the brainstem actually comes down here too, okay? So now you got all these nerves going up to the head and neck, but also, think about it, you got the brain sending information down your spinal cord right here, okay? And that's where the spinal cord starts. And so if there's misalignments known as subluxations up here, it's going to have an impact on everything down here. It'd be like taking your garden hose and kinking it right by the spigot, okay? What's going to happen? It's going to affect the whole rest of the hose. Now, what happens, what can kids, kind of symptoms can kids have when they have the subluxations or misalignments up here, specifically in their upper neck? Things like breastfeeding challenges, colic, difficulty sleeping, irritability, GI issues. So they're having reflux, things like that. All kinds of things that go on. If they're getting a little bit older, chronic ear infections, ADHD, things like that. All these types of things can be stemming from misalignments known as subluxations right up here in that upper neck area, okay? So this is what happens. I see this a lot with kids who come in. A lot of times they're having some sort of health challenge, okay? And like I said, it could be. I had one in particular who was an infant. They were coming in. Every time they would eat, they would have reflux, and they actually would vomit, and most of it would come back up, and of what they had eaten out. And they were breastfed babies, so they weren't eating anything not natural, right? But there's something going on. So I found out that, there we go, that right here, the first bone in the spine was misaligned, subluxated, and we started working on that. And once I got that back in better alignment, now this baby was able to eat properly. They were no longer having the reflux. They're keeping their food down, all these great things, okay? And they're much happier, much healthier baby. And so a lot of parents will think, I don't know that I really want my child adjusted the way you adjust me. And here's the thing. especially for infants and newborns, they are not adjusted nearly the same way as adults are. Think about it. They don't have all that musculature developed in their neck. They don't have all the years of stress and things that have developed. So babies are super, it's super light to adjust them. A lot of times for the one here in their upper neck, it's just a light push. That's about it. Okay, and because that bone will slip right back into place, and just giving it a little bit of a push, and then that's all it takes to realign that. And then when that happens, it's just like taking that kink out of the hose. Now everything's flowing freely. Okay, so maybe they have digestive issues. Maybe they have some constipation issues. Maybe they have breastfeeding issues where they're not able to latch properly, or they're not turning their head properly. All these different types of things. Okay, they're sick all the time. They're having chronic ear infections. All these things can be stemming from right up here, from the subluxation that's taking place in their upper neck. So that's how chiropractic can help with kids. Now, if you have questions about this, which a lot of parents do, they're still uneasy about it. You know, the best first step is always just talk to a chiropractor. If you need somebody to talk to, you can talk to me. I'll be plenty happy to help you out, even if you're not in my area. I've done this before for parents. You know, I've talked to them, explained to them, you know, how chiropractic might help, what chiropractic can do, and what it is. And then I've even gone and helped them find somebody in their local area that is trained to help with kids, okay? So that they can get the best possible results for their kids. So if that's something that you're interested in, again, reach out to me either through the comments or private message me, and I'll help you out however I can. But super important for kids to start getting adjusted right away. Even if they don't have any symptoms, just to get them in and get them checked after they've been delivered, so that you know that this is all cleared up. So that way they have the best chance of being healthy and developing properly, okay? So if you need anything else, I'm always here for you. Reach out to me. Either in the question in the comments or private message me. If you got something out of this and you know other parents could as well, make sure you share this video so that they can see exactly how important this is, how important it is for kids to get checked after by a chiropractor after delivery. Okay? If nothing else, have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.